welcome back to the You Want There podcast. I am your host, Mia Was Here. That's at Mia Was Here, 5 underscores on Instagram. And I got two of my favorite people in the world with me today. Got my brother Chaz and I got my brother Melly. Fellas, please introduce yourselves.
You already know what it is. Chaz DL, welcome back for another episode. You already know.
It's Yo Melly, baby. You can follow me on Instagram at Yo Melly, baby. That's YOMELLY BABY.
I thought he forgot about that last.
Nah, come on, man. I know how to spell. Spelling bee champ, 6th grade. Look me up.
For sure. I thought he forgot about that part. All right, so we're going to get right into it. The Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin fight was last night. Ended in an 8th round KO for the boy Tank Davis. Makes him 30-0 with 28 knockouts, I believe. I'm going to let y'all go first. Melly, what did you think about the fight?
Man, punished him. I think it was a good fight for Frank Martin. Frank Martin definitely, he boxed. He stayed on the outside. He used his range, his length. He was taller than him, but I was surprised because Gervonta had the longer arms, but he stayed on the outside and he touched him up, but he was light skinned, so it looked like he got hit a lot. He was blocking him, so he was blocking him.
Frank had the longer arms, but only by half an inch. Tank reaches 67.5 inches.
And what was
Frank was 68.
All right, well, anyway, look.
I'm a stats girl, just saying.
Yeah, you're right. So I just think that my man just walked him down. He didn't come in there to box. He didn't do no boxing at all. He didn't jab. He didn't do nothing. He walked him down the whole fight. He said, let's go, mano, mano. I'm about to catch you. You about to tie out. And then he just started wailing away. And he caught him. See you later.
Facts, Chaz?
No, I'm with him, man. That's how it was. It was. He been away for a minute. It looked like he just missed the thriller. Let me get a knockout in to get my adrenaline back. But it was a typical Tank fight too now. Because even prior, he always get touched up. You know what I'm saying? That's my big, I'll be wanting to see that defense.
Yeah.
But typical Tank fight, few rounds, you look like he losing, but he gonna hit you with that haymaker as a wrap. Mm-hmm. But he did look stronger though.
Yeah, for sure. I thought he looked great. Yeah, he looked like he was in the best shape of his career. I remember looking at like babyface Tank, right, with the chubby face. Like, he a long way from that. So I felt like he came in excellent shape, underweight, right? He was like 133.5 pounds when he came in for the weigh-in.
That's crazy.
So he came in, normally, I feel like he got to work a little harder. So he came in great shape, which I think really benefited him in this type of fight because Frank was a tough guy. It wasn't like he was he wasn't no slouch. He just got caught with one. But I definitely felt like Tank was in great shape. A little rusty. I told y'all that before the show began. Like I thought Tank did look a little rusty. I definitely thought Frank won the first 5 rounds. I started to get a little nervous. But around the 6th round is when Tank usually kicks up. That's exactly what happened. So I agree with you on that, Chaz. Like, I didn't see anything unusual. I think what we saw was like the same level of kind of like Tank fighting that we're used to. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I was impressed for being gone 14 months. That's a long time in boxing. Mm-hmm. So 14 months, he did look a little rusty.
It didn't even seem like it though.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it because he was in the press so much, right? Remember, he had got arrested. Mm-hmm. So he was locked up like at the Baltimore Detention Center for like almost 3 months. Mm-hmm. So he was in the news the whole time. Then he was on house arrest for a portion of that. He was training the whole time. Everybody calling him out, right? He the big money fight. So everybody want to fight Tank because they know what it means for their pockets. Sure. But at the end of the day, I thought he still looked great. A little rusty in the beginning for sure. I thought Frank maybe won the first 4. But I mean, I thought he looked good. You know what I mean? Especially for 14 months off. So congratulations to Tank. I thought he did well. Again, a little rusty, but I still thought he was great. Frank was good too. Like, he showed up. But the problem with Frank, to me, was the problem with everybody who fights Tank is that they get impatient. I think they are so ready for what they think could be a knockout that they start like overcompensating.
Frank fought scared.
Yeah, I agree.
He felt like he didn't want to get hit. He felt like, I don't want you to hit me.
He flinched in the press conference. I really felt like it was.
Hey, you seen the loss was coming.
You know you about to get hit.
Everybody talking about like, that's natural reflexes. That's just the instinct of a boxer. Let me tell you something. You know this nigga not gonna knock you out in a press conference. Right. So you jumping like that just feels like fear. I don't care what the people saying about that. That's bullshit. That nigga was scared.
Because my reflex would have slapped Tank ass.
Yeah. Jump back at him and then put
snitching at me.
Late, like all the people saying that, like that's ridiculous to me. Like that was not just reflexes, that was fear. He was a little scared of that guy, and I think it showed, like, you know, kind of in the later rounds. I think the first 4 or 5 rounds of any fight, if you got a guy like Tank, you know he gonna be patient, so you can be patient too. You can figure him out just like he figuring you out. And I thought Frank did that, but I just felt like he wasn't in the shape he needed to be to be the guy
running.
to take. You gotta like catch your second win around the 7th round.
Yeah, he was running.
Not be wearing down.
I mean, yeah, but just, at the end of the day, you want to fight a boxer like that, you just got to have the jaw. Because you're going to have to win on the scorecard.
Ain't no question.
You know what I'm saying? You could endure to the end, but he going to hit you.
And that's what Tank did. He said, I'm willing to take something to give you this.
Yeah.
Here you go. And he gave him that everything he wanted. Here you go. See you later.
Small boxing. And he gave him everything he wanted to see what he had in each of those. How much power does he have? What his defense look like? We know he got footwork. And that nigga Frank, he talked all that trash about we boxing 15 rounds in that hot gym. Like, it's a different type of train. Let me tell you something. You talked all that shit, boy, and went out there and got knocked the fuck out. It was ridiculous. Like, I couldn't believe.
He was asleep already before he got knocked out.
Talked so much trash about the shape he was in. And then you went out there and got wore down because you lost yourself when you got tired.
I do think
he probably worked out too much.
He gonna get a bag though after this because he gonna be.
Now everybody get a bag when you fight Tank.
Yeah, no, I'm saying because he on that platform. He's gonna be everybody's tune-up.
It makes perfect sense for him to fight Devin. It makes good sense.
Now
for him to
that's
fight
the guy we want to tune up.
And he was supposed to get that Shakur fight anyway. Shakur was crying about that shit. So I think if I'm Shakur, I definitely want to fight Frank next. See if he could beat me, and then you put yourself in.
Yeah, because that's a nigga when he don't hit hard.
I like Shakur.
Yeah. I like Shakur. I ain't gonna lie. I like Shakur, bro.
I like.
Why you like him? Why?
Shakur.
He really know how to box. He really know how to box. Bro. He really know how to box. He might don't hit hard.
But he can't hit though.
Now after last,
but they say that about Floyd.
After last night, people were saying, I don't know no more. Because before it was a debate. Damn, Shakur could take Tank. But after last night, because he did look stronger. I ain't gonna lie, that punch looked like, damn, he got stronger with that knockout.
Yeah.
So people kind of like,
nah, but see at the same time, if that was Shakur boxing on the outside against Tank, it'd have been different. He more technically sound.
I agree with you.
He would have kept running. He would have
kept
won.
But he has the stamina to go.
He would have lost.
Hey, boxing about points.
Only difference.
Boxing about points.
Pitbull Cruz. He would have lost a decision.
Listen,
Pitbull Cruz don't box. He a slugger. He don't box. He's a Mexican fighter.
Because the Cruz fight was a decision.
Yeah, if you got a real boxer, it's different.
That was his last decision.
And that was his toughest fight right there.
It was his toughest fight. But that's what I'm saying. You got somebody who like gonna stay on the outside. He gonna run the whole. I don't want to see that. I'm not paying $89.99 for that shit. I'm not paying.
I like good boxing.
Yeah, it's two sides to it because Tank is a prize fighter. So he's gonna give you that entertainment, knock you out. That's that Tyson.
He should.
Shakur remind me of that Floyd.
It's Floyd. Yeah. I'm gonna pick you apart. Boo.
See, Floyd had the personality that sold.
Yeah. Shakur don't got it.
He don't have it.
Y'all giving that young soft nigga too much credit. I don't believe.
You don't like Shakur?
Yeah, obviously, yes, you don't.
I don't believe in him. I don't.
Why?
That nigga soft.
Why you don't? Ain't he undefeated?
He run.
He boxes. Boxing is not running.
Nobody want to fight him because they scared of him. Nigga, you is soft. Nobody want to fight you because it's fucking boring.
Nobody want to fight him. It don't sell. Yeah, his fight don't sell. His fights don't sell, so that's why nobody want to fight him. But skill-wise, he dogging everybody at his division.
So he dogging Tank?
Dogging.
You think he dogging Tank?
Boxing-wise, if Frank Martin just outboxed him for 5 rounds.
Is he beating Tank in a fight, yes or no?
Yes.
Nah.
I say that.
No.
Because I think he'll outbox him. After last night, they switched, though. After last night, they just put like, I don't know no more.
I bet they did.
The early rounds, he getting tagged up.
Okay.
Tank getting tagged up. Then Tank gonna finish him. He's like, all right. He gonna like, Tank gonna win.
There we go.
Yeah. I got Tank winning. I'm never betting against Tank. Never betting against Tank.
Tank in no fight.
But in boxing,
I think that young nigga gonna get hurt. I think it's dangerous for him to fight Tank. We not talking about no.
So you saying he don't got no jaw?
I'm saying that Tank.
And also, they younger. They're younger than Tank.
Tank. So what?
He got grown man body.
You think at 29, like?
I don't know. It's different.
At 29,
I can't explain it. It's like when you're a man and somebody younger than you, you like, man, I got this grown man body. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like you can deal with more because he fought bigger people.
So you think gonna knock Shakur out?
Yeah.
Okay, then what are we talking about?
Because what he got now? What, 29 knockouts?
30. Not 28 knockouts.
28.
Tank got 28
and 30 wins. All right.
30 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked good. I mean, that
Nah, it was a good tune-up.
Great tune-up.
It was a good tune-up.
Great tuna.
Put you to sleep, Frank.
Hey, so shout out to Baltimore. That's where I was born. I was raised. So shout out to Baltimore.
Yeah, we love.
Shout out to B Moon.
We love y'all.
Long way.
You love us too.
They fall way you. They fall yo.
Moving on. Boston plays the Mavericks tomorrow. This is game 5, right? Mm-hmm. What's your predictions? I know where I'm going.
It should have been a sweep.
Should have been a sweep, but it's still a gentleman's sweep. If they winning at 5,
I think they did it. I think they did it because they want to bring it back to Boston. Ain't nothing better than winning at home. Not too many people been able to do that.
Okay.
So you win at home. It's like everybody there, your family there. It's everything on the line. It was like they could have ended it, but nobody want to be in Dallas.
Yeah, but like, do you have to lose by 50 to accomplish that? You could have lost by 5.
I think it was just lackadaisical.
Could you not?
I think that was lackadaisical. They didn't care that much. They didn't care.
I ain't see the whole game.
Okay, fair enough.
They got blown out in the first quarter.
Yeah, they was losing they lost like a dude.
Right. We did what we were supposed to do.
They basically was losing the whole game.
Yeah.
I didn't exert my energy. We good. We did what we supposed to do. Let's go home and close it out. Now the pressure's on to close it out tomorrow.
But the pressure's only on the Mavs.
No, it's on the Celtics.
You think the pressure's on the Celtics?
Ooh, yeah.
Yes, it's 3 to it's
You can't go
they
back
down.
to Dallas.
There's no way they can win. There's no way you can
Go
win.
back to Dallas.
Nobody has ever came back and won.
But that could
Nobody.
3-1?
3-1 was different. They was down 3-0.
But I'm just saying, listen, I'm with you. I picked the Celtics going in because of the matchup, but the pressure on them because they can't go back to Dallas because the times could change and they'll be the first in history to don't go back to Dallas and force a game 7. No.
Jason Tatum got shit to do. He got a bad
need
bitch.
to. I'm waiting for the
I think it's over. I think the Celtics win. I hate the Celtics.
I got the
Everybody who know me know that I am a diehard Wizards fan. I fucking hate the Celtics. I'm never going to forgive them for Isaiah torching us for 53. But I think that the Celtics have it. I do. I think that the momentum is in their court. I think that they've made a point to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that we're not just the best team in the East, that we had an easier road than everybody else, but we're good enough to be here. We're good enough to win. And as much as I hate the Celtics, I definitely feel like they have the better team on paper. I think the Mavs had a lucky night. They came out quick and strong the way that they were supposed to in order to win that game. The pressure was all on them. To me, it's still on them. I do agree that there's a lot of pressure on the Celtics because it looks so bad if you can't close this thing out. If you lose, I mean, it's the worst loss in history. But I mean, at the end of the day, I definitely feel like the Celtics got it because I feel like for 3 whole games, 3 games straight, they proved that when they get hot, they don't have an answer for Jalen and Jason. So like,
they haven't even been playing their best basketball until the last night.
Thing to me, they haven't. I feel like the Celtics have not played their best basketball. I feel like they've been winning just playing good, and I think Joe Mazzulla really stepped up this year, which I really because that was my big complaint about the Celtics. Really last year in particular, but especially that first year when they lost to the Warriors. I really felt like the biggest issue in that championship wasn't just that Jason Tatum fell apart or that Jaylen Brown wasn't able to hit big shots and finish. I felt like the biggest issue was Joe Mazzulla. His inability to play call, his inability to make adjustments. He let his ego get in the way a lot of that series. I felt like he was the big damn problem. And I felt like he adjusted in ways that you need a championship coach to adjust this series.
Yeah, because he was thrown into the fire.
He's been magnificent, as a coach. So I think the Celtics got it. I think it's over tomorrow night. I think the Celtics are your new 2024 NBA champions.
Well deserved.
They earned it.
They earned it.
You can say what you want about the easy road, but I remember 3 weeks ago, y'all said that the Mavs had the best basketball court, the best backcourt in the NBA this year, and maybe one of the best backcourts in NBA history. Y'all said that shit a month ago. I remember that vividly. That was all over the channels. One of the best backcourts in history. And then these niggas got smoked for 3 games. And yeah, they showed up last game, but they didn't have a fucking choice. So that doesn't impress me. You don't get a gold star and a pat on the back for doing exactly what the fuck you was supposed to do. Because you was going home if you didn't do it. I'm not impressed. And yeah, you beat the shit out of them niggas, as you should have though. to let them know that you belong here. Because if you hadn't, if you'd have won that game by 3 points, we would have said you didn't belong here anyway. So you didn't do anything you wasn't supposed to do. I'm not impressed. I'm not moved. Kyrie Irving ain't no damn Mamba. He looked like he need LeBron out there right now. Even the last game, he was good, but he wasn't Kobe. I don't care what you niggas are saying. So at the end of the day, I think the Celtics have it. I hate to say that. Mavs, I'm so damn disappointed in you. You didn't do the job, and I don't think you can get it done tomorrow night. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
Kyrie did his thing though last game. Kyrie did his thing last game.
Yeah,
He didn't pass the ball enough.
The only thing that
35,
But he was good.
he had 35 and 2, so you only contributed to like 39 points.
Exactly.
So
Porzingis gone. That's what hurt him too.
Yeah, that Porzingis.
I'm going to the
That
rap.
having Porzingis definitely hurt him.
And then they moved Luka off
But they
for
won.
Jalen.
But they won the game without him too, though.
yeah,
But
The last
that's it. They moved Luka off for Jalen.
That's true.
That helped a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Jason Kidd,
but they wasn't even scoring though, and they wasn't even scoring like that. They averaged like 18 the first 2 games, 3 games.
30%. So I don't got them shooting 30% for 3 more games. You know what I'm saying? So,
Fact.
but that helped. That was an adjustment to Jason Kidd taking Luka off Jalen because they going at his neck.
Sure.
And Holiday he was cold too.
Yeah, he was cold that night for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Derek White, he usually kind of steps in and delivers. He didn't play well defensively. He wasn't that great that night either. I think that definitely plays a huge role because like Derek and Drew are like such a great combination. They was both cold. They was both off last game. I mean, it was like the Mavs won, but also the Celtics lost. And there's a difference, right? It's certain games that it's like, now you niggas lost that game. You could have had it, but you niggas lost that game. I never felt like the Celtics had it. So I feel like, they lost that game as much as the Mavs.
You see, they put a joint up where they put the stats up, and they said the Mavericks actually scored more points
Yeah.
than the Celtics, but they down. That's crazy.
Yep.
But they young. I think the Celtics is here to stay.
Yeah.
As long as they keep the nucleus, they good.
Year, I think we looking at maybe the new dynasty now that the Warriors are over, right? And
You think they over?
Whoa,
here,
Dynasty?
let me say this.
That's
The Celtics,
3.
yeah.
No, that's a 3-peat.
Not over. I don't think they over.
I'm agreeing with you, but 3. So they going next 2 years.
I'm gonna tell you why I think this. Right? So Jaylen Brown, he signed his extension last year, right? So he signed a contract for like $250 million, maybe a little more. Jason Tatum's contract is up this year. So he enters free agency if Boston decides that they don't want to like kill every other offer, which
Never
I think
happened.
they will.
Never
I
happened.
think that Jason Tatum will become the highest paid player in the NBA.
facts, yeah.
I think he's more than worthy of a $330 million contract. There are other players who are hovering around those numbers. I think the Celtics know that they need him, and especially if they win a championship this year. If they win a championship this year, Jason Tatum is like 26. Jaylen Brown is 27. You got Derek White, who's like 28. Al Horford, I think he's coming to the end.
He better retire
But
tomorrow.
That's one piece, right? I think he should retire this year, go out on top. But that's one piece that they need kind of to replace.
What
And
Porzingis doing?
I think Porzingis, if
He still hurt?
healthy, he's staying.
Yeah, he hurt. Yeah, he
But
still hurt.
he's out.
That's what
for
worries me.
Yeah, he's out for this series. But I think like that's been a consistent issue with Porzingis.
Tall niggas never stay healthy.
Even though it ended up being a bad move,
Swear.
and we traded Daniel Gafford. I don't want to talk about it, but I
But
think,
him coming in, I knew was going to help this season.
For sure.
Like that was a good ass.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best player that they brought in by far was Drew. The Bucks did a terrible job with that trade. I don't know what you all were thinking. Like,
With Dame?
yeah, like I think the Bucks getting rid of Drew Holiday and then putting him on a contender in the same division was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
And where he at?
Heading to a championship.
Yeah.
So exactly. So it's ridiculous. And your man Damian Lillard, who you thought was gonna come in and say that they was ass.
It was Doc Rivers.
So
Not his time.
yeah, Doc Rivers
Actual
certainly did
ass.
not help the situation, but that Dame fit was never working. It like in 30 games is working 15 games is all 15 games. Like you're not winning no championship like that.
It was good
Because-
before Doc came.
It was fine before Doc came, but it wasn't championship caliber. I'll give it to
Don't be
you.
blaming the coach.
Doc got there. I felt
Yeah,
like
good coach.
You playing basketball. Do you know how to play or not?
Man, listen.
yeah, in fact, like at the end of the day, I felt like before Doc, maybe second round. After Doc, I felt like barely playoffs playing material.
That's
right.
huge.
So it's huge. I'm not saying anything about that, but I'm just saying like Doc don't dribble that ball or put that shit in the hoop or he don't cause Dame Lillard to go out and score 16 points. That's your fucking fault. And yeah, you responsible with preparing these guys. I just said Joe Mazzulla not doing his job in the shit with the Warriors is why a big part of why I feel like they lost. So I ain't never taken away from the fact that coaches need to be at the top of their game just like players do. I'm just saying that I don't think that Doc Rivers is solely the issue with that team. I think the team is the problem with that fucking team. But that's just my opinion. We'll have to see how it all wraps up this year. But for this year, I think the Celtics are your new 2024 champion. That's how I'm calling it. I hope that I'm wrong. I hate them niggas.
You're never gonna be wrong.
But
it's over.
You know, it's
over.
I think it is over.
It's over.
Like, I think it is. Moving on to the WNBA. You got Angel Reese.
My baby.
Considered maybe the best all-around rookie in the league this year. The WNBA is losing $20 million in the midst of this season, even though they're having like
they lose
viewership growth that they're seeing. Yeah,
how they lose?
I don't know how they lost $20 million. It's not like they explained it to us in the New York Post, but
yeah,
they said the WNBA lost $20 million despite having like their biggest season as far as growth. How does something like that happen?
I don't. First of all, I don't even know how they even lose money. They should be getting the most money they ever seen in their life. And speaking of Angel,
it's a good time to be in the WNBA.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good time to be in the WNBA.
The WNBA is more exciting than the league, the NBA.
I don't know if I would go quite that far. I definitely would say it's more exciting.
It's because we're talking about it more now. You wasn't talking about Diana Taurasi.
Shout out to Monica McNabb.
And shout out to Diana Taurasi. She's been there for 20 years, still killing them after 16. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but
Diana Taurasi. Yeah. And that's another thing too, right? So they say Caitlin Clark was snubbed from the U.S. Olympic team. There was a lot of nonsense about Caitlin being snubbed for racial reasons. There are 4 white players on the U.S. Olympic team. That's not it.
The fuck?
And the chairman of the Olympic committee said that we're not here to pick the team that people will watch the most because it's the Olympics. People are going to watch it. We don't have to press people to watch. Let me finish. I got you. We don't have to press people to watch the Olympics. They're going to watch it anyway. Our job is to pick the team that we feel like is the best team to go over there. And Caitlin Clark averaging 16 points, quite frankly, just isn't that impressive when you're talking about the world stage. So that was the decision that was made. We all know that it's not racial. That's not why she wasn't picked. A lot of the times rookies don't get picked. Literally no other rookie was chosen for this team. So it's not like there was a snub with Caitlin Clark. No rookie was chosen.
Right.
But there are 4 white players on that team. So as far as how the committee chose how to choose who went on this year's 2024 USA Women's Basketball Olympic team, did they make the right choice in leaving Caitlin Clark off of that team? What do you say?
They didn't make it to make money. No.
Yeah, there we go.
If they wanted to make some money, no. Because everybody is coming to watch basketball for Caitlin Clark.
So crazy.
I would have bought one.
Jersey alone.
I would have bought one. On God.
If the WNBA got 10%, 15% of the
you seen the list though? You can't. Who can you replace her with?
Yeah, basketball wise, they cool,
redneck, double wide,
but
make America great again.
They complaining about.
I get a Caitlin Clark jersey. On God. And Angel Reese.
Caitlin Clark, motherfucking.
And Angel Reese. Shout out to Angel Reese.
Yeah, I would have had them too. Yeah.
For sure, I would have got them.
For sure.
For sure.
So
definitely
basketball wise, then they did what they supposed to. But y'all complaining about money.
She making money. What they said, you was eating Popeyes. We on a jet.
Nobody pays us attention.
They was eating Popeyes. They on the jet now. And she was like this with her headphones on the jet. Yeah, this is just normal. My NIL deal's bigger than everybody on this team. I make more than the coach.
Here we go. That might be true, but
so if you wanted to push the WNBA for like you've been complaining,
should have put her on there.
I'd have put her and Reese on there.
Damn right.
I agree with you. I definitely think they should have put Caitlin on the team. However, Angel is having a better all-around season than Caitlin. So to put Caitlin on that team and then not put Angel on that team, to me, would have been a snub to Angel. However, I definitely think in terms of viewership, you should have put both of them on that team. I don't think that Caitlin got snubbed as far as the best team.
Right.
But as far as marketability, as far as financial decisions, as far as the furtherance of the league, especially when you get an opportunity to do it internationally. For so long, the push behind Michael Jordan was that he really reached an international audience, right? He brought basketball to China and to so many other different places. Marketability is key if you're talking about growing the league. That's something that the NBA dealt with. You are not above or exempt from that. So for the for the WNBA to have an opportunity at extreme exposure and marketability overseas with the Parisian and international audience, and not to take it because I felt like maybe some ego got in the way of like, we don't choose rookies for this. Or having to say, well, if we pick Caitlyn, we got to pick Angel. Or it's not fair because Angel's having a better all-around season if we talking about rookies themselves and Angel has a championship under her belt. I do feel like for marketability, you should have put her on that team. Because so often this like level of being able to move into like an international space so seamlessly, this would cost you a fortune in marketing. You get it for free just by having it. So you get this free opportunity at marketability and you don't take it because what you're trying to prove to a rookie that she's not there yet, to me was foolish. So while I don't necessarily think as far as play she earned her way on that team, if you're talking about marketability, you missed a grand opportunity and you're not going to get that opportunity for 4 years, and nobody knows what shit is going to look like in 4 years. An injury changes everything. Brandon Roy is a great example of how an injury could change your life. And you just never know. So I feel like a golden opportunity was missed.
You know who her teammate is? Her teammate got drafted before her.
For sure.
Yeah.
They got two good players. Yeah, they got two good players. Angel Reese and what's her name? What's her name?
Aaliyah Edwards?
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah. But she balling. Light-skinned Jordy. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a light skin thing.
I definitely think an opportunity was missed. I get it though. Like I get what they're saying as far as we don't want
I get
to like crowd the decisions of who are the best basketball players. We pick the best team. I get that. But it's a business.
Yeah. And it's USA. It's like you better represent the world.
Yeah.
You want the world best players. Why she was in Iowa. She was in Iowa. That's damn to tell you she need to be here.
It's so hard for this level of marketability.
Shorty from Iowa, really.
Plate for the summer free.
Yeah.
You picked your ego over free marketing. To me, it's just not smart.
Yeah, I would have made an exception.
The Steph Curry of the ladies.
Yeah, for sure. To me, it just wasn't smart. But you know, it worked out how it worked out.
Because that marketing is tripping right now.
She would have stayed. She could have stayed in college. She getting $50,000 a year, and she got a $14 million NIL deal.
Big marketing mistakes. I would love to know who's in the marketing team. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if there are men on that marketing team, we need to start redeveloping. Like, we need to start like recasting some of those roles because like there were so many grand opportunities missed. Right, Angel's first game gets 1 million views on TikTok, but you guys don't show that game on TV. So many big mistakes have been made this.
So do y'all think they're just teetering the line because they got so many of the other women athletes pissed off that she getting this attention?
It brings good attention. I like that they pissed off.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm fine with it.
It's keep you on your toes.
For sure.
What you about to do?
I'm fine with the girls being pissed off.
I'm coming. What you about to do?
And I'm fine with the girls having to look at themselves and say, never again. This will not happen to me in 4 years, right? And maybe winning a couple championships until you get there. So now, like, you ain't got no choice. You're going to have to put me on this team. I'm fine with all of that. But I do feel like a grand opportunity was missed. I feel like the NBA did it wrong. And I feel like really y'all got to start looking at your marketing team. You got to start looking at your marketing team. Like, for sure. Because there are just too many opportunities that you've missed all in one season.
I mean, jerseys. She was so jerseys.
You know what I mean?
Crazy.
That was the goal.
Nobody probably would have bought nobody else's jersey but hers.
That was gold.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have bought one, a Wnba.
Oh God,
that too.
I would have bought her and Angel Reese.
Caitlyn Clark track pants. I would have bought them too. Like, just to me, a lot of missed opportunities as far as like marketing with all of this, and I'm very disappointed as a woman. I do not feel like that was a smart business decision, but I get it though, and respect to y'all for choosing basketball over everything else. That doesn't make it smart. And so often pride comes before the fall.
Just don't complain about the.
They chose the 40-year-old.
I don't want to hear like y'all don't support us. Y'all don't listen. Like, you had an opportunity to put them games on a million screens across the world, and you chose. Oh
God, I don't even know what WNBA come on.
Respect, like that's
oh God, what channel they come on?
When Kayla's games come on though.
Yeah,
Kayla come to your shit.
Y'all playing.
The city and shut down.
Y'all better support these ladies, man.
Like, Caitlyn probably selling more tickets than the 76ers.
For sure. I can't wait to go to a game against the Mystics. Caitlyn, you think I'm there for the Mystics?
You know what
No.
I'm saying? So to not put her on a team with men talking like this is crazy. I feel like you
See, Caitlyn.
I feel like you reduce your viewership all summer long. And even if you win that gold medal, right? If you
Y'all
win
gonna win it
gold medal,
regardless.
yeah, you gonna win it regardless. That's what they said. Like we won the last 8.
Yeah, y'all don't win the gold medal. Like I said, basketball.
It's like even if you lose, the story is everywhere.
So it's like, don't. So do y'all gonna invite me in 4 years? No, fuck no. I don't want to go.
Stupid.
I
Exactly.
was younger shit then.
They didn't want to break the tradition, but for this one, I'm sorry.
But some girls was coming out of college already in the Olympics and men
They
players.
always do that though. They'll take a college one,
Yeah.
but they never do rookie.
But she basically the college jump. Like who's
Just got here.
more successful?
A third
Like
of
who's
the-
more famous than her?
Broke tradition.
Who's more famous than her?
Done that.
Yeah.
I would not have made that choice, but that's what the committee decided.
On God, bro.
Now, if had she been in college this year, they would have had her on there
Yeah.
because they couldn't do it last year. They wasn't in the
Yeah,
Olympics.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
They gonna change the game with Juju coming though.
For sure. Like
gonna change the
they
game.
have a choice.
When Juju get there, they gonna change the game.
Juju
Yeah,
Watkins.
Juju.
Shout out to Juju. I love you, baby.
Okay, how old is Juju?
Not to say I love her as a player. That's why I want to shoot my shot.
No Diddy. Any-
I want to shoot my shot.
No Diddy, my nigga. Gotta talk about it. Dan Hurley, Connecticut coach, turning down 70 M's
Dumbass.
from the Lakers. You think that was the wrong move?
Hell yeah. Who are you? Who the fuck is that? Who is he?
I gotta hear that. 'cause
Who is he?
I'm
I don't
on
agree with
the
you.
opposite.
I love the Lakers all my life, and on God, I don't even know who that is.
Because
I don't hear
you
you.
don't want that.
You don't-
That's a 2-year job.
Yeah, yes it is. Let me explain. Yes, you have the greatest player, arguably, in the world on your team.
right,
You have a top 75 player in Anthony Davis on your team.
right,
He's still young. He's not even 30.
right.
You can build around him.
I don't know.
Y'all thinking about getting this man's son, LeBron's son.
Wait a minute.
You know we getting Bronny. You know we getting Bronny.
You think they gonna win again?
Yeah.
Y'all,
It's only 2 franchises that don't stay down for a long time. That's Boston
and the Lakers.
and the Lakers.
Agreed. But y'all just said Boston going 3 straight. LeBron's retired by then.
For sure.
Anthony Davis gonna be hurt somewhere.
For sure.
We're getting Bronny.
This coach is gonna be out of a job.
We're getting Bronny.
I'm gonna tell you like this, okay? Bronny's not gonna help you.
We're getting Bronny.
Not this year. All that does is guarantee that
He leading to a- he
you'll
leading
keep
into
LeBron
a
for
chip.
another year or 2. Yeah, you're not winning no chip with Bronny.
Bron extra motivated.
This is my whole thing.
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, y'all.
Father's Day, right?
This is my whole thing. I feel like when you say the Lakers can build around that to me sounds ridiculous. They don't have.
What you mean?
Let me finish, and I'm gonna tell you. Thank you. That doesn't work because LeBron has 2 to 3 top tier seasons left, which is not enough for a build. It takes years for a rebuild. Rebuilds, you talking 5 years minimum when you're talking about a real one. So can they put some pieces around him to help him win right now with a better coach? Absolutely. Do they have time for a rebuild with this team? Absolutely not. If you do a full rebuild, LeBron might as well go somewhere else and play somewhere else for his last couple of years. So the time to build, I don't agree with that. That's point 1. Point 2, they not winning shit with Bronny. Point 3, I love Anthony Davis, and I think when he's playing at his best, he's top tier. But I think that what they need is a consistent shooter, and Austin Reeves is not it. I like Austin Reeves, but he just isn't it. I think that they made a mistake getting rid of Alex Caruso. That contract with Chicago is about to be up. I think it's a great idea to get him back. I think he was a key component in that offense. And I think it prevents you from having to reinvent the wheel if you get somebody who already understands how to play with Bron and AD, who understands the offense, who is aggressive, and who likes being a role player. Too many people on the Lakers get too caught up in being a star, and it starts to mess with their head. Rui is a good example of that. Somebody who played very well last year, very well early in the season before he got hurt, and came back and was just trash to me. So I think like there's something to be said for understanding where you fit on the Lakers. That ISO ball with Melo didn't work. That overly aggressive style with Russell, with not being able to gel with teammates on the floor. Everybody knows he's a good teammate. All the players say that about him. But not being able to gel consistently and offensively on the floor was a problem with Russ. I think a couple, like maybe one more veteran.
We should have kept KCP.
I agree.
Dwight Howard.
I agree, but KCP, I mean, he was never consistent with the Lakers. But I definitely think we should have kept Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time to maybe consider bringing him back.
They shot.
I absolutely.
They shot.
But nah, you was right. You said we have a 2 year, we have a window. We had a window.
I think
You're right.
I think the Lakers.
We had a window.
Like I think it's done. I think LeBron, for the legacy, he probably should stay. But I think if he wants to win, I think he should leave. Because I mean, regardless
He's not going to
what anybody says, like we all know that LeBron is still like top 15 in the league.
Top 10.
Yeah, on a good night. It depends on the type of night.
Top 5.
But top 10 to 15.
Yeah,
I get
I ain't gonna hold you. LeBron top 5 in the league right now.
Top 10 though.
I give you top 10.
Top 5.
On his best nights.
I give you
Name 4 people better than LeBron.
I give you top 10 right at this point.
Name 4 people better than LeBron right now at 39 years
At
old.
this point right now.
Go ahead.
I'm going with Curry, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and Luka. Top.
Joker, Embiid, Greek, Ant-Man, Tatum.
Okay, well we named a lot of people better than him.
Y'all named some good people, but y'all named a lot of people that never won nothing. Y'all named nobody with a ring.
Joker?
Joker, that's it.
I mean, at this point in time,
Greek has
LeBron
one.
ain't getting no more rings.
Greek has one.
And hey, listen.
Greek, you talking about you ain't named nobody else no rings. Greek has one.
Greek, yeah, I go Greek.
For sure.
Tatum about to get one.
Tatum about to get one. Luka almost.
Ant-Man will get one in a few years.
Yeah, Ant-Man. I give him 3 seasons.
Ant-Man gonna have one for his career. I know that for sure.
I ain't talking about what somebody could do.
I'm just saying, we're taking...
Well, I said Steph. He has 4.
I didn't. Yeah, I know Steph is up there. Steph's up
He
there.
said Greek. He has 1. Who else did we say?
I said...
Bro, how old is Steph? Steph like what? Like 34?
34.
I mean, that's
34.
why,
39.
that's why I give him in the top 10, too.
Yeah, I'm definitely putting Steph.
The young boys get my top
The
5. The
Warriors-
young,
They ain't got no choice. Hey,
Warriors
it's the
was a
brother.
big issue with the Warriors. It, like the Warriors were the Warriors.
This
problem.
Tatum what?
It
Fifth
wasn't
jump?
Steph.
This Tatum fifth finals? Hey,
He
he's 26.
been to- yeah.
Yeah.
This Tatum, like he been a.
Yeah.
I think this.
He could easily have LeBron career already.
This is his like.
He got
5th
10 more years.
Out of the last 8.
got 10 more years.
I'll get Luka at 6.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a lot of time on both sides. But what I'm saying is that
League
unless
hands.
they put the pieces around Braun right now, like the Lakers don't have time to build. This is a win now type of time for them. I don't know what pieces they're going to put around. I feel like Rob Pelinka is really the problem in LA. The coaches have been getting the blame for that. Frank Vogel wins a championship, and then I think he gets fired like the next year or the year after. You have Darvin Ham, who statistically was much better this year than he was last year, and advanced an additional leg in the playoffs. Last year was first round. This year was
He
second.
made some boneheaded
I definitely didn't love Darvin Ham. No question. I've said that before. But as far as the Lakers and how they're examining winning games, I don't think that Rob Pelinka, like I feel like the league has passed him by as far as a GM. So, and I think especially when you look at like what Boston has been able to do, like really like a build it from the ground up kind of team. Brad Stevens, I think he actually won GM of the year this year, or president of operations. I think he is the president of operations anyway, but I think he won like GM of the year, which he is. No question. Compiled the best team in basketball. Him being a head coach for all those years and being able to take those guys to the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron year after year after year, really like prepping this whole organization for like what he had in mind. It's incredible. So I think when you look at like what the Celtics have been able to build, I do not see that with the Lakers, and I think that that's as big an issue as the players that they've put on that.
It's a dynasty.
For sure.
Like
but I don't
like
think
a
Rob
Warriors.
Pelinka
I like
is
it's like
the
a
guy
Warriors.
to get you to the next level in that
He
dynasty.
wasn't a real GM coming in.
It's a Warriors
for sure.
dynasty.
And I mean, he did well. You know, they won a championship in 2020. So I think, you know, Rob.
I'm not trusting no nigga I played against ball.
Next level. Like he ain't no Brad Stevens, and you need to get him the fuck out of there, because you're playing against Boston. It's no question you're gonna be going up against them. So you need a Brad Stevens. Rob Pelinka is not good enough. And I don't think that people
Listen,
are
I
looking
was on
closely at
TikTok and they showed all the old era. This era, the old school, it's gone. It's a new.
They got Ham guarding LeBron. Bron played against his coach.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Let's start there. It hit different when you played against your coach.
that's why he ain't respect. You know what I'm saying?
See,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, but I mean,
70 million. No, I wouldn't have turned that down. Though.
You wouldn't have turned that down?
I can't turn on 70 M's.
I get it, but he got he got a lifetime with.
I'm not,
Yeah, 2 times.
bro. The Lakers' job is short. You better get what you can while you got it.
He could coach Cater's thing in Connecticut.
for sure.
What?
He could stay in Connecticut for as long as he wants.
As long as he wants to. It's his call.
So it's like really,
For $10 million?
it's more money over time.
Over time, he got it because he was only getting upgraded.
Job unless you win a championship.
So you saying he gonna get like $5 million a year?
He getting like that. What now? He just
Right. So $70 million give you what?
No, he would have had $10 million annually with the Lakers.
You got it. College coach not getting no $5 million. College coach getting like 20.
Fuck no.
So listen, with the Lakers, he would have made $5 extra million a year.
Yeah.
After taxes, because he in LA.
Yeah.
So why go for 2 years and I got 20 years plus?
Because the Carter's game ain't the same no more. Because everybody's getting signed.
He got full power control.
And yet he still want to change.
And he about to get it.
But you wanna know why he didn't sign up? The Lakers job is temporary. If you're not winning,
I'm not
back.
doing
We
it.
said I would never take that.
I'm not taking
because it is temporary.
but I would take the 70. I ain't gonna lie. Me personally, I just take the 70.
I respect that.
I take the 70.
I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I'm
I take the 70 for sure.
Only because
But I won't take the job.
It's not a long-term position. Like I feel like because he can always go to the NBA. If he keeps winning championship at Connecticut, he can always do it. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll take the 70, but not.
I'd take the 70, but not the job.
I get it. Like I get it. The 70.
Y'all about to fire my ass anyway.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like you go to the NBA and you fail as an NBA coach, just like the NFL. When you go to the NFL and you fail as an NFL coach, Urban Myers, and you fail, it just makes you look bad all around when you go back to college. Because it makes you look like exactly that. You look like a failure. So I feel like when I'm a college coach that just won a championship, if I don't win a championship for another 3 seasons, nobody looks at that coach like a loser. It looks like he's, he's doing his best to adjust to the climate of a one and done atmosphere. He doesn't look like a loser though if he doesn't win college games. But if you go to the NBA and even if you don't get fired your first 2 years, let's say they give you 4. You get to the second round of the playoffs, which I think is the best the Lakers can hope for in this climate. You get to the second round of the playoffs, and at that point, you still don't advance past the second round, and you get bumped back down to college. You look like a failure to me.
The only upside with that, he could have possibly did 2 years and been a mediocre team. Probably could have came back and said, "Listen, college, this is what I made here. This is my bag. I need to come back."
For sure.
He probably could have did that.
For sure.
But I
think that takes time though. I feel like he could do whatever he wants. Like I feel like staying at Connecticut gives him all of the.
Anybody get a nice recruit coming. He got the most
leverage. Yeah.
Everybody get a nice recruit coming.
And if I got 2-3 guys that I put in the NBA, there's always the opportunity. If he continues winning and get a couple more guys in the NBA, he could always go to the NBA. But if you go to the Lakers and you fail, you may never get another chance at being able to coach in the NBA. So I think it was a smart
I'm staying. I'm gonna take this 20-year bid right here.
I would say fuck it. If we fail, we fail. I got 70 million.
This nigga. I feel it though. I'm not joking. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this one. Asia Wilson. We gotta make sure we give her love.
Shout out to Asia Wilson.
6 games straight, 20 points or better.
Bun B.
Fantastic. Make sure we gotta show love to Asia for that. Keep doing you. I think the Aces are in position to win another championship this year.
Sure.
If they do, I'm probably gonna go ahead, spend the money, and go to Vegas
to
see one of the WNBA championship games. Asia, to me, she's definitely poised to be like a 3-time MVP now. So shout out to her. Magnificent. She's been playing magnificent all year. Caitlyn is getting a lot of the pressures because of what the situation is, but Asia gonna always get love on my show. Shorty been like that all year for sure. Last topic of the day: Bun B goes to court, testifies against the man who held his wife at gunpoint while their house was being robbed. A lot of people on Twitter talked about. X corny. Who talked about, he's soft for crying when talking about, the hardship that his wife went through in that situation. I think it was either a knife to her throat or gun to her head or something like that. He cried when he talked about the anguish of that, how she would pull away from him after that incident where she was robbed at the home, because she was violated. Like, you in the place that you trust most in your entire life, which is your home, and somebody violates you and it does something to you emotionally. And he talked about how she started to withdraw from their marriage a little bit. And it brought him to tears. A lot of people was talking about he was soft and he a snitch and you not supposed to be doing all of that bullshit. That's my opinion. I'm gonna let the guys get into it. I'm gonna let the guys get into it. Trying to keep it short, y'all. We're gonna keep it to
I'm gonna keep it short, sweet.
I'll give both of y'all 2 minutes.
How did it happen? Like
got broke into his house. Bun B caught him in the garage.
What was Bun B?
It was in the house.
Upstairs.
He was in the house?
In the house upstairs.
And somebody broke into the house.
Somebody broke into the house.
You don't have no security cameras.
I'm sure he had security
No
cameras.
ring?
Stop a nigga from breaking into your house.
No, I'm saying, but you don't have a ring
He ended up
What would
shooting.
that have,
He ended up
what would
shooting
that
the
have to
boy.
do with it?
because you're a celebrity. It's not you're not a regular person out here on the
Yeah, but
street.
it's not like he got armed.
Somebody run up on your property.
He got a gun.
It ain't your friend. It ain't your friend.
Okay.
Who is popping up on me?
He be at them restaurants in Texas all the time. Somebody could have followed the nigga home, see where he lives.
And then your wife.
That ain't that
What he said? He snitched. He snitched on the dude that.
I got one question.
extension
Can I
like
ask you
that.
one question?
Go ahead.
Do y'all think the little boy deserved 40 years?
Little boy.
House?
He got 40 years.
40 years. Life gone. 40 years. Do you
How
think
old
he
was he?
deserved to take his life taken for that?
How old was he?
Young boy.
20s.
If you knew that was Bun B house and you knew what you was about to do,
Yeah, how don't you
face the time, nigga.
See, that's why my only thing is with the empathy. That's the problem with our community.
I don't sympathize with no crooks.
Right there, because we all make. I'm sorry, I get it, but we all make mistakes.
You-
Cause what you doing it for?
So you don't think they should have gave that younger
Not 40 years.
Yeah.
Life learner, because the rehab.
Okay.
Hey, bro, at 14, what you doing? Stealing.
We all did. We all been there.
But
Not at 14,
Some
bro.
of us didn't get caught, so we got a second chance in life.
let me ask you this though. In your mind, what do you think is fair in this situation?
Not 40 though.
What you think is fair?
5 maybe.
You think 5 years
Probation.
robbery? You think 5 years
Probation.
robbery where he almost killed?
I don't need because I wouldn't take the young boy life.
Oh, so that was the one who had her at gunpoint at the head?
got shot.
Oh, nah, nigga, you'd have died. I'd have killed you.
Already.
I'd have killed you, young nigga. Sorry.
That don't mean the nigga learned his lesson.
You've been dead. Sorry.
But you know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Yeah, man. Give him life.
I wouldn't want to take for a young boy life
So you
away.
think they gave him 40 years? They took his life.
They took it.
And you think-
He's done.
You put a gun in my wife's head. I should have took yours.
He done.
I should have took yours.
I get it.
You put yourself in a situation where you could have got killed.
I get it.
Hey, bro, you'd have died, bro.
Get it. But
Coming in my
in
house.
the streets, every young
My wife?
15-year-old is like that in the streets.
What do you say? They tried. What did I say? They tried to shoot my wife. I don't feel protected, Domino. American Gangster, you know that movie.
That was just a golden opportunity. I think
Nah,
for
bro.
him
It's crazy.
to lead them on the right straight.
I hear what you're saying. I feel like I hear you. I definitely think 40 years was excessive. But at the end of the day, my issue is this. I think it's a lot of young guys out here that need guidance. There's no fathers in the home. They don't got uncles no more.
Sure.
They don't got no big brothers. The big brothers that they do have are leading them the wrong way. I think gangs are much bigger than we're giving credit for. And I think that's pushing a lot of these young guys into making some of these bad decisions. I think a lot of the big gangs have gotten a little smarter in terms of how they moving with these youngins, committing crimes on their behalf. So I do think like we living in a rough time to be a young black man in this country. However, let me say this. At the end of the day, choices get made. And there are consequences to the choices that we make. Do I think that those consequences should have included 40 years? No, not me personally. But I think at the end of the day, if you make a choice, everything
Stand on it.
streets and all.
You got to stand on it.
stand on them choices.
I'm with it. Can I just add this last part?
Go ahead.
Because it's coming from him, the
Okay.
trill rapper.
Okay.
These young folks, they growing up off the music y'all made.
Ain't no question.
Yo, y'all influenced in these new generation. Y'all the reason they doing this.
Ain't no question.
And then because you grown up and you've found new life and change, we got no empathy for who you raised.
For sure.
That's all I'm saying.
I
Real
do
music,
think like
Y'all raised this.
the music is definitely a bad
drill time.
influence. NBA young boy out here ruining everybody. Like
Pimp C, I love UGK. Pimping, drugs.
I'm all about the women and drugs, but
Y'all raised these badass.
sure.
killing niggas every day. Goddamn. The first line of niggas rap songs, they kill someone.
You out here crying over your wife.
Drill
Take my
music.
girl like
DC
a
drill music
woman.
crazy.
That ain't my style. Need a real street stalker to walk a green mile.
It hit me. Hey man, won't he do it?
Saying
Come
like,
on, man.
you, I mean,
Come on,
you
man.
know, you've been talking that talk for years, baby. Like, smashed up the great one, bought me a ring.
Any other citizen, I'll get you, but not the trill one.
Yeah, you know, you did. I agree with that, Chaz. That's a good one. He did raise these badass kids for sure. Because anything that you hearing from the NBA young boys and the Wnba Mellies, whether those kids
They
know
drug
it or
addicts.
not, this is where it came from.
That's where it
This
came
is Bun B, Pimp C, Scarface, Spice One, MC8, everybody, DJ Quick out the West Coast. Y'all are the predecessors of everything you see going on here right now. Them beefs, that beef between DJ Quick and MC8 to me was crazy because niggas was really getting shot and killed in LA off that. So like this is where it all started. Y'all raising these young wild niggas, and then they turn into young wild niggas robbing your house, and
then you want to cry about it? Really?
Now, I don't think that make Bun B soft in no way. Obviously,
it ain't true.
As a woman, I appreciate the fact that he loves his wife
You
so
better
much.
get your girl a gun.
He's able to see the big picture of what all of this has done to his home and to his wife and his family. I respect that. Ain't no way in the world that I would ever say that Bun B was soft for responding that way in court. But I do agree with Chaz that this generation of young wild niggas was raised by his generation of wild niggas. Now, y'all old niggas now, but there are consequences to every decision made in this life, and that includes the energy that you put out into the world. Nipsey used to say, you got to be careful of the energy that you put out because it's always going to return to you. Mm-hmm. You don't escape the energy. You might escape the consequence of a moment. You might escape getting caught in a moment, but the energy is always going to return.
Rest in peace, Nip.
And that's just what it is.
Because when your man was locked, it was free who? All right, then. His life snatched away.
Yeah,
I'd have killed that little nigga.
You know, and rest in peace to Pimp. You know, we love him over here.
Oh my God.
You know, it's always respect. But Pimp, you know, you gotta look at how he went too. You know what I mean? Like, young wild nigga, he go to jail.
OD, right?
He OD, you know what I'm saying? Like,
allegedly.
Allegedly, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that wild shit. It flows through, you know what I mean? And not to blame anybody for any particular thing, but the energy is always going to return to you, man. You got to be careful of what you putting out here, or the love that you show, or the lack thereof, right? Because the love he's showing might have been what led to a nigga being able to find him at his house. But the energy is always going to return to you. And he put out some wild shit for a long time. That's coming back one way or another.
How they been on where niggas live at, though?
Following niggas home.
And niggas don't
You
pay
never watched
attention.
the detective show?
No, I just be saying, I know how I drive, Mo.
Follow a nigga home.
If I see the same car behind me for too long, I do some dumb shit.
Or like what youngins
And I turn around.
What the youngins do back in the day, you ride in a nice neighborhood and you seen Paper Soldiers.
Yeah.
Nice hood. Oh, this look that's a nice spot. I don't probably know who the house this is.
It's like, bro, you know this is my house. And you 14, this is my house.
I'm hungry.
You need money that bad.
I'm hungry.
At 14.
I'm starving out
See you later.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And it's unfortunate how it happened, man.
That's my wife.
Nah, listen, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You do what you gotta do. But he lived. He shot him, he lived.
For sure.
All right.
Now you got 40. I wouldn't give him 40, but I would have
40,
spanked him.
You know what I'm saying?
You'd have got to spank
I
him.
do think 40 was a little excessive.
Yeah.
You know, you do like, you know, take a young man's whole life away.
Cause he ain't hit her or nothing, did he? He ain't hit her or nothing. He ain't hit her or nothing, did he?
Now, I do got a problem with that. I definitely feel like, you know, niggas selling drugs, robbing, even on murders, getting more time than a lot of these pedophile rapists and serial killers out here. Like, it's crazy the way those numbers work.
And they 50-year-old, 40-year-old plus.
For sure. And I feel like, you know, you should be getting more time if you like a reverend at a church or a teacher at a school, places where like children are supposed to be able to trust the adults around them. And you violate the trust and innocence of a child. And here you get, you know, I done seen rapists and pedophiles, because now on Twitter they got this thing where like people charge for like rapes and things like that in random communities we probably would never touch. They putting all of that stuff on Twitter now. So I done seen, you know, rapists and pedophiles get, you know, 3 years in prison and probation for raping, you know, not only his daughter in his household, but like all the children in a given household.
Got that red dot on his house though.
Raping the children in their own churches, you know, gym coaches. I remember recently, I want to say this nigga was from like New York, had sex with a student on the top of his car in the school parking lot. Just got arrested for that. So I mean, I feel like the numbers that they should be throwing like basketball numbers at these niggas raping, molesting, and harming children and women. For sure, they should be throwing basketball numbers at you niggas.
God.
But it's not happening like that. And I do think that there is a clear and definitive slant from the way that they charge us for crimes that I think you could be rehabilitated from, versus
especially,
you know,
the
crimes that I feel
mind.
like are a sickness of the mind and spirit. So I'm not with it, you know, but at the end of the day, 40 years was what it was. But like I said, man, the energy is always going to return to you. Be careful what you're putting out there. We're going to close the show off for the day, man. We really, really, really appreciate you tuning in to the You Weren't There podcast. Once again, we got my boy, Yo Melly Baby, on my right. We got my boy, Chaz DL, on the left. Shout out y'all social media one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up.
It's Yo Melly Baby on all social networks. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my condolences go out to the football game that got shot up yesterday for the little kids. So my condolences to the family, and y'all gotta do better, man. But keep following me. I'm Yo Melly Baby.
Damn, sorry to hear that. You know, we got keep pushing this peace That's all it's about. That's what I'm on. But yeah, Chaz D on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube, IG, all that. And oh yeah, the bird by the door. Go get that.
Make sure you go get Chaz's book, man. I'm your host, Mia Was Here. You can follow me on IG. Mia Was Here, 5 underscores. But please, please, please follow the podcast page. You Weren't There podcast. That's on IG. That's on TikTok. Make sure y'all paying attention. We've been getting a lot of love on TikTok, so we appreciate everybody that's been tuning into the TikTok. Make sure y'all keep showing love. We'll be back here again next week with the You Weren't There podcast. Thank you again. And like I said, be careful with the energy you put out into the world. We love y'all and we appreciate you.
Peace.
Gang.